What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So throughout my time talking about Terra Luna Classic, from the bottom, where nobody saw this as an opportunity, and I saw this as an opportunity, I talk about price potential. I'll talk about where I believe something will go based on what the maximum level that it could get to, and what's the lowest level that it could get to. What's the level that I expect to take profits on, and what is the level that I plan to hold on until. So guys, we're going to go over price predictions in this video, exactly where all of my price predictions stand, because it shouldn't just be one price prediction. If anybody gives you one price prediction, it's telling you to basically sell at that level. And I never want to be that person. I want to make sure that people understand the opportunities that come across, right? Because the crypto market is different than the stock market. Yes, if you get to a certain price point within the stock market, you sell, you get into another position that you believe in those sectors, right? If you see an opportunity, it's not something that's going to continuously run because the market is growing. The market is already not saying at a standstill, but the market is not flourishing as much as a brand new market or something that's really supposed to take over, right? Like the crypto space. So for Terra Luna Classic, I want to go through my price predictions and where I believe that certain things will be, and also even take you through like a bit of the exit strategy spreadsheet to show you like what the process should be as you go along. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter and follow me on Patreon, those links are in the description. Now, don't forget about my Margex link. If you guys want to sign up for Margex and start using Margex, it definitely is a really good platform. I love it. I've been using it for about 2 months now, and it's been phenomenal, right? The indicators, all of that stuff is just phenomenal. Feel free to check out that link and start trading today. You can start leveraging as little as $10. You can start leveraging $100. And, if something happens, if you feel like you're not getting into the flow of things, you can start with a lot less money and you can get into the flow, get into a groove, and hopefully you can, become very, have a positive outcome on that. So anyways, check out that link down below. But let's talk about Terra Luna Classic, because again, you need a price prediction. You need to understand different levels of price predictions as you have a certain bag of Terra Luna Classic. Let's say you have 100 million coins. What do you really do with that 100 million coins? Right? Based on what a lot of people will tell you, you have 100 million coins and you just sit on it and you diamond hand it, you hold it for a very, very long time and you believe in that and whatever it could be. But if the path forward isn't really clear, how can you tell exactly what those price predictions will be? Or how can you tell that it will get to that ultimate price, right? So a level of maybe $1 for you. How can you tell that it's going to get to $1? There's so many things that have to happen. So let's look at Terra Luna Classic first, and then we'll get into kind of the exit plan, and then we'll understand where my level of thinking is and where I see my first, points at. And you'll see my price predictions as you see kind of my selling strategy in a way. Guys, currently, a Terra Luna Classic is at 0.00016. It's at 1.6% of a penny. We saw it increase here up to about 1.9% of a penny. And then, it decreased really, really fast. Then it started to kind of level out and we see it decrease again. But ultimately, it is still up as of the time of recording this video. By the time you guys see it, who knows if it'll be up. I hope that it'll be up a lot more, but no one can really predict exactly what the cryptocurrency market is going to do unless there's some sort of major bullish news. Then we're like, yeah, the crypto market's going to explode. Or bearish news, then the crypto market kind of falls. So currently we're seeing this around a $1 billion market cap. It's at $942 billion, $942 million. $942 billion would be absolutely amazing. But $942 million, and you're seeing $130 million worth of volume. Now, if we look at the breakdown, we're seeing $140 million worth of volume and $116,000 worth of DEX volume. So definitely a very, very low amount. 100,000 versus 100 million is insanely low. You're looking at less than 1%. You're looking at close to 0.1%, right? So definitely insanely low in that volume. Now, while we see this kind of falling down here, let's understand exactly what my like strategy is. When we understand like getting into a play, having 100 million, let's say you do have 100 million, what do? Right? Are you one of those people that's like, I'm waiting for this to get to a certain price with no explanation on it? It's going to get to $1 and I'm going to have $100 million. It's going to be a $5.8 trillion market cap. Is there a likelihood that that does happen and get to a $5.8 trillion market cap? Probably very, 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 very slim that we see Terra Luna Classic get to a $5.8 trillion market cap. I'm not counting on it, but I'm also not counting it out, right? Because anything is possible, as Kevin Garnett would say. Anything is possible. But what's the likelihood we see a $1 trillion market cap? It gets a little bit better. $500 billion market cap, it gets a little bit better, but then you start to get into the ranges that people can accept, right? You can accept where it got to before, right? $3.8 billion market cap or a $4 billion market cap. Yeah, you can accept that level, which would be around this 0.0005 level. However, there's a lot of people, well, technically a bit 0.00065 level is what the highest point was, I believe. So a lot of people can see that, but then you also see the progression. And when you see a bull run, typically a new bull run will show you a 2 to 3x over what that previous all-time high was, especially in the crypto market. Now, when you have something like Terra Luna Classic that has a lot of popularity, typically the market will show a 2 to 5x return. So you won't only expect like a drop 0, but maybe a drop 0.3, seeing it at a 17 million or $1 billion market cap. That's something that's reasonable. I believe that these levels, this level right here and this level right here, should be kind of the first portion of you protecting your initial investment, because it turns, let's say, $17,000 into $100,000 that's sitting there. So that's a huge jump from where you are here to where you are here, meaning that you can take your initial investment if you want. And if you decide to take that initial investment, which, would end up being what, 20,000, I took 200,000 for some reason. If you end up taking, that's actually not enough. You end up taking 20 million, which would be $20,000, take your initial investment plus profit. That's what I'm pushing for. So this probably would be like the lowest price that I believe that it gets to. 0.001, the lowest price that I see as kind of the higher tier from where we are, right? So if this increases, this will be the level that I expect it to 100% get to, no questions asked. It will break that level and drop that 0. That's no questions asked. Now you start to get into kind of uncharted waters, right? Uncharted territory where you look at 0.003. Can it get to that level, right? I believe that it definitely can, and you start pushing up to a level of 1 cent, which would be a $58 billion market cap. In between here, I believe this is the level of kind of reality. When you see this level here, the market cap up to a $58 billion market cap, that's the level of reality. And it could push a lot further than that, where your expectation may be a little bit further, up to about a $100 billion market cap, rather than being at a $58 billion market cap. With Terra Luna Classic's level of popularity and a level of growth and hopefully path forward, you can see this get to these levels. But now, as you start to see this maybe $100 billion market cap, which would be a 2 cent price, around between a 1 and 2 cent price, now you start to get into levels to where it's like, we have to see burning. We have to see all of these other things that impact Terra Luna Classic in order to see this push up a lot further. So if we can find utility that burns, because we're not going to do it through the transaction tax, it's just not going to happen unless we can all fight for exchanges to do so. But there are people on the other side that don't even want exchanges to burn. So if that's the case, like, how do we really fight for that side of things? And we have to do it through whatever the utility is, meaning that the $100,000 has the impact versus the $140 million. So we need to find a way to have that where the money is, hopefully flow on chain or impact where the money already is. And if we can, that's where we can see that growth potential up to a level of 5 cents. That's where we can see that growth potential up to a level of 10 cents. That's where we can see that growth potential up to a level of $1 or further. And then you start to get into the repeg state when you have the ability to get to a level of $1 because it's not at a $5.8 billion market cap. You're able to burn off the entire supply. And let's say you're looking at less than $1 trillion and you're looking at an 800 billion. It would be an $800 billion market cap, which is still absurd, but it definitely creates more of a level of comfortability compared to 5.8 trillion. So then you continue to see that supply burn down if you can do that. But even if you find a way to burn down all of it down to less than 1 trillion, you're still looking at the level of reality being somewhere around the 10-cent mark instead of being, around the 1 cent mark there. And the level of expectation, I would say, to be around that 2-cent mark versus being at the level of, a 10-cent mark. So the max potential that we could see, literally the sky's the limit. I don't want to sit here and tell you that 100% it's only going to get to 10 cents, 100% it's only going to get to $1, because there are so many different things, so many different scenarios that can be placed out that get this to that level. And I don't want to write it off completely, but I will tell you that they are slim chances as you don't see burns. If we see burns, it increases the potential. If we don't see burns, it decreases that potential, right? Ultimately, no matter what, the potential will increase because we will see some form of burns. It just won't be maybe at this level of aggressive burns that we want to see, where we're seeing, hundreds of billions per month, or even seeing, trillions that burn off in a matter of like a quarter or something. Like, that's what we want to see. But if we don't see that, we still see the progression forward. It's just not as aggressive. Does that make sense? So hopefully you guys understand that. Hopefully I broke it down pretty smoothly. If you guys want the exit plan spreadsheet for yourself, to break it down for yourself, there's an explanation video on my Patreon where you can break this down and get a full display of exactly where you believe it's going to go and build an exit strategy spreadsheet for yourself. Don't take anybody's word on YouTube about where this will go. You see the opportunity. You take your initial investment at a certain point, you establish these things, and then you will be successful. Guys, I'm going to get out of here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.